I don't think I've forgotten anything. Okay, so look, raining. So here we have Evo Fitness, just some cheap gloves from off the internet. They claim they are waterproof. Oop. So we're going to try that out today. I'm going to get that out too, because this is a summer jacket that I'm currently wearing, and therefore I will not be dry. Here we go. Let's push this mother out of here. This gravel is nasty. It's not going to be very pleasant, but actually I don't mind this. I'd rather ride in heavy rain than in rain that's just spitting, because it's then just damp. So before I went out today, I sprayed the visor, the screen, bike screen, Nickwax visor proof, and I did my visor as well, and a bit across the, I just spray it all over the helmet, and it just makes the helmet a little bit more slippery. And oh, also the headlamp, yeah, I just use it on anything like that. It works very well, just disperses the water, that's all. I'll put this up, I'll just put this up a little bit, but I shall put it down later just to take the water off my visor. As you all know, we've ridden in worse. I mean, this could get worse, but I'll be intrigued to find out if these gloves keep my hands dry. You might be able, I know you can't see it on the camera, but you might be able to see the camera lens getting rid of the water, because I put it on the camera lens as well. This is good, look at this. Mind you, this was like this the other day when I came down here. This is always bad in this bit here. So again, my tactic for wet weather riding is to ride in the tracks of the car in front where possible, where they've already been through the water, and when they go through anything deep, I try and get to the shallowest bit again after they've been through it, because they normally disperse most of it. So it doesn't make it so deep for me. And it's better to be the second one through the puddle than the first one, in my opinion. Thank you, sir. Could argue I should have let you go, but so I'm using all the road as much as I can now, just really to remain safe, or safer, and be able to just see more, just extend the view a little bit, especially where somebody's likely to just suddenly appear, such as this little junction here. So we'll just bide our time. There's a big puddle there, so we'll just I don't mind the puddles, it's not a problem. I don't feel like I'm going to slip off or anything like that. I'm running Michelin Pilot 4s, which I like, and I find them extremely good in this weather. Famous last words. But anyway, this road is particularly rutty, so finding a good place is always a bit awkward. It's not so bad this side, it's this side that's bad, so the return journey is always a bit bumpy. Again, I'm not worrying about manhole covers, especially if I'm upright. My main concern is obviously on the lean. Visor is down. This screen visor. Then it will blow my water off my visor. Just a tickle of brake through there. Change down. I'm going to come across to the left here because I know there's manhole covers towards the centre of the road. Somebody going right. So we'll just back off. He's just going over the manhole covers that I would be wanting to avoid on this bit. There we go. We're out of it. We're safe now. There's one other one along here. So we'll come out into his tracks to avoid it. There she is. Okay, so thank you. Thank you. Well done. I guess it was a last minute thing, and I wasn't going to stamp on my brakes at that point because there's an awful lot of leaves around here. So again, we're following in the tracks of the car. Where possible. Very windy today too. Okay, so tricky junction this because there's a left turn and obviously you need to signal to go left. I've got nothing behind me, mind you. Here we go, we've got they're going to miss the green, I think, which won't please them. A lot of leaves there. Just back off a little bit. There's a lot of people around. Somebody coming out from the right there. Water here. He's gone through it, so that's good. He's squished it away to the curb. Try and catch it before the return wave comes back on your line, your racing line. You can react more calmly, which means the people behind you are not going to have any surprises. So, you know, we're talking about take, use, give. You're taking the information and you're passing it on to those around you. And in this case it'll be somebody behind me. So mirror, having a check both sides. There's normally a flood here. Looks all good. So we'll do all the braking first and then we'll change gear. Mr. Audi man can wait. Okay, there we go. We've obviously got a bit of a puddle going on down here. So it indicated, let him know I was coming out. I could have gone through it, but if I've got the room to come out, I will. Now this Nick Wax visor cleaner that I've been talking about is well worth getting. It's in like a 150ml, maybe 200ml spray can, but it works so well. And providing you, and I do inside and out, so you know, if you get any condensation inside, it tends to get rid of that as well. So we'll have a good look round in advance. He's going. Something coming, so we know we're going to have to stop. Okay, away we go. Bit of an awkward junction to see round there because it's on a bit of an angle as well. This is the heart of the Ashdown Forest through here. as I've mentioned many times before. So there's a lot of surface water on here, but again, just pick your way through it. Leaves on the road. I'm doing 30 through here. It's a 40 limit. I'm not going to race through it. There's a lot of wildlife that can be around. It's very windy. I've got a big bike which the wind can carry across the road. If you get a sudden gust like coming through to like a driveway and the wind just blows across, little things like that to think about. You can probably hear the wind through the mic. Got a flood or a large puddle here. That's it. Okay, no problem. I mean, bearing in mind we're riding to the conditions of the road, so the fact of the matter is, this is 40. I don't have to do 40. There's no real art to riding in the rain. Just have decent tyres, good treaded tyres, and just keep your bike well maintained. And just a few observations and rules really. Keep your head up, look well ahead, extend the view through the corners, position yourself so that you can see. So basically that's where you need to be at. Positioning yourself so that you can see as far away as possible. I'm going to go close here because of the leaves. It means I can sort of straighten my corner a little bit. I'm out in position 3 here just so I can extend the view through the corner. There's a lot going on ahead. 30 mile an hour through here. I may not be talking about it, but I'm actually monitoring my mirrors just so that I can see what's going on behind me. Again, so I don't have any surprises should I come to a stop. There's something going on up here that wasn't going on up here yesterday. Well, you can see the leaves on the floor here, which are going to make it tricky. So I'm going to pick a line. Okay, then I'm going to come across diagonally here so I can see better. Oop. Trouble is, if you put your right foot down on this side, it's off camber, and that just spells problems, i.e. the bike running away from you and falling over because you can't get your grip on the road. And some of the road surfaces are like soap. The other day I would put my foot down, it was in Tunbridge Wells on the main Pembury Road, and the road was just as if a bar of soap had been rubbed on it. Okay. Cars coming down, so there'll be no overtake here. This is a 60 and we're going into a 50 after the lay-by. At present I can't feel anything through my gloves, i.e. water. Nice newly laid piece of road. So looking ahead, I saw the van went through a puddle there, so instantly move over to avoid that into position 3. Again, looking behind me, mirror checking into a 50. Double white lines, no overtaking along here. Catholic Traffic's beginning to gather for some reason. We'll just keep an eye on that. I'm going to come over to the left just to see what's occurring down the left side. Somebody may have been turning off. So we're running just below 40 at the moment. Got a little bit of space to go. Bring myself back in there. So we're still in a 50, as you can see. There's a lot of surface water and a lot of puddle gathering in the curbs. Right, okay, so we're in 40 now. Single white line, so no overtaking here. We're already travelling at 40 anyway. So here we go, and we've got something going on here. Yeah, I vaguely remember them setting something up yesterday for this. Green, so we'll get in there quick. Come on, come on. Just get up those, get around those leaves a little bit gingerly. So again, we're back into a 40. This road, through local knowledge, plenty of puddles, surface water, and the dreaded deer. Just keep an eye out for anything likely to move on either side. Obviously a big water puddle here, people are slowing down for it. We'll back off a bit because then we'll let this guy come through. Hey, that's it. Okay. There's another one there, so we'll come across. So basically with positioning 1, 2 and 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side of the road, you're positioning yourself to see as much as you possibly can. Come back in because of the oncomers. Come out for the puddle. Again, I'm just going to keep double the distance from this guy because of they're all kind of bunching up a bit. Mirror check. Did have traffic coming up, but they were far enough away, so just got on with it. He who hesitates So we're in a 60 here. A lot of surface water down here due to the road running downhill. I'm not going to let him go just because of the weather conditions. I don't like stopping to let people cross unless I've almost stopped, simply because if people are not reading you behind, they may not see what's going on properly. So I will only let somebody cross the road if I'm at a speed where I know that everybody's seeing me. Let's come out, water there. It's important to ride relaxed and not to tense up, because tensing up will just upset the balance of the bike. The bike will go where it wants to go within reason, but you're there to guide it. And even though you may get a couple of slips, the bike will regain grip unless you're being completely stupid with it or unrealistic as to what your tyres are capable of in this weather. Keeping to position 2 because of the oncomers. Going to come into 1 now. I'm kind of monitoring what the car is doing up ahead to see what the water is like on the road. So I'm using him as my my guide. Okay, so we can come across there. Look, avoid all that. Don't necessarily need to go through it. Yep. No need to hurry your journey in this weather unless you're feeling particularly brave. Even the most competent riders will get this wrong. And we all have those days. I've gone from riding 20 miles a day to 50. Okay, not a lot, I know, but actually I really enjoy it. A, it gives the bike a much better run. I wouldn't be using this one anyway. And also you can just use your skills and hone them in all weathers. Again, I'm mirror checking regularly. I'm just not saying I am because you don't necessarily need to know that. Just coming out to position 3 so I can see through the S-bend. I'm going to keep to 3 because of these leaves. Unfortunately, they taper off a little bit as the car oncomer came towards me. Right, so we've got a car with lights on there, might come out. We'll just give him a chance to see us. Got another car to our right. Thank you. Acknowledge him, because he could have come out and been an absolute bastard. Okay, so we're coming up to a right junction, so we've got a mirror check. Mirror check left as well. Just give him a chance to get away and see. Yeah, we're good, so no need to stop. We're about 30 minutes into our journey now, so haven't felt anything untoward underfoot, but then I'm not really pacing. Okay, so we've got water ahead. We'll let him have a play with that. Okay, so we'll just go through that bit there that he's been through, which lessens the water that goes under the tyre. Gloves still seem to be holding up. Still giving myself space for this guy in front, because he's obviously being very cautious too. Got a bit more heavier rain now. Okay, so right. As you can see by the trees, it's very windy. You might be able to hear it through the helmet or the mic. The helmet mic. Just a little glance behind just to make sure I've got nobody following me too closely. Now this particular part, this junction at Turner's Hill is, as you can tell, it's a little bit hilly there, so just being a bit cautious. Traffic there, so we're going to tell them where we're going. No lights, well done sir. Right, we've got a van up front in the middle of the S-bend, so he might be delivering, could be BT, makes no difference. He's cutting trees. Well done Mr. Vauxhall, well chosen that line. Double white line, so we won't be going round them. Could do, but we shouldn't, so we won't. Right, so we'll let this lady out unless this guy does. There was a chance to overtake there really, but we've got a junction ahead and a 30 mile an hour, so landing point could have been a bit of awkward. There. Could have been a little bit awkward. We're going to go through an S. Okay, so they're off. No, it's not a Vauxhall, is it? Actually, it's a Volvo. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Can find my gear lever, it'd help. Don't really like these 30 mile an hour speed limits, but I've been highly trained to stick within it. Going to come across for the oncomers. Another set of roadwork lights. Okay, let's give it a go. There we go. Well done. Thank you. Come across out of the leaves. Little look behind. Okay, we're into 40. Got manhole covers all along here, so just keep to the right side of position 2, just to keep out of the way. Now they're over on Bavaria actually. Okay, just a little look behind. Brake, brake, brake. Changing down 2, 1. Give them chance to clear the junction. There we go. See, when you come up to a junction, it's you that has to, you know, monitor the pace. If you have to stop, you stop. But if you can work it so that you don't, and it's to your advantage, then fair enough. I don't like stopping, so I try and sort of manage the distance and speed as I come up to a roundabout, look across the roundabout to see who's on it, where they're going. You know, there's a lot of information you're taking in there, as well as deciding what you're going to do, but it's all part of planning and looking around, and that's the whole point of advanced riding, getting those tyre tracks. Another cheeky look behind. I don't tend to do shoulder checks so much on these kind of roads. Obviously when you're getting into something a bit busier, then you know, and in town and so on, just simply because you don't know who's going to quickly shoot up beside you to gain a place. So again, here I'm backing right off. I'm looking at the other side of that roundabout, so we've got a Jazz, Transit. Okay, got a junction left now, so we've got people there. Watch them, make sure they don't come out. Some are rather keen. And strangely enough, it seems to be the older driver that does this. Female drivers are normally pretty good at just stopping, although they do fall down in other areas, like no lights on, not really watching what's around them. And okay, so we're looking behind again, watching who's going round the roundabout, looking for signals. Okay, look again behind. Got a red light ahead, so I'm just going to pace this to see. I'm not going to be going anywhere, so there's pointless rushing up to the lights. So we'll just see if we can strike it lucky. Sure they're going to go soon. Yes, there we go. Come on, mister, let's do this. Just keep it smooth through the roundabout. Again, keeping an eye on what's behind you, and also at the junctions. I think I'm going to lose this one, but we'll go for it now. We won't. We'll let the others go. So they're all going through the flooded water because they can. Thank you very much. We're away. The van that came up beside me was the van at the junction coming off this road, the M23. You will find that you'll be able to recall things much better by learning the EastSussexBiker system and the way that the advanced riders work, to react and just generally ride more safely, simply because you're watching for things that you want to try and avoid. So I'm still looking all around my mirrors, looking across the roundabout there at the top. We've got a lorry that's coming round. He may well be joining into our road. which he is. He probably doesn't know I'm there, so we'll crack on. Sun's out now, so we could have a nice afternoon in the dry. I've jinxed it now. So we now have Mrs. Middle Lane. Just let people know you've seen them. Shoulder check there. Okay, away we go. I know this is only 25 miles into work, but I enjoy putting into practice the advanced riding method and you know, trying to do it as best as I possibly can. You know, you might watch this video and think, no, I got that wrong, but I might not have done. It's all in the interests of safety as to where I tend to be, and using the skill and knowledge of the area and the riding. I'm constantly watching around me at the moment, because being an airport, there's lots of people that come to the airport that don't know what I know, because I work here, and therefore, you know, they tend to react because they're worried that they might miss something. And of course a lot of them are all on a time schedule to get their flights. That's why they ask you to be there 2 hours beforehand. It is North Terminal, and this is where I park the bike, so thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I wasn't intending to do that, to be honest with you, but and yes, I am going in the out, because this is where all the bikes are parked. It's just easier than going all the way round and having to avoid people you know, not sure where to park. Yeah, so like and subscribe and turn your indicators off. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to go down behind that moped, because I know that moped has broken down and I know he's not going anywhere. Oh shit. Okay, so here we go. Right, so thank you and goodbye. EastSussexBiker saying goodbye. Should have said that at the beginning, really. Not goodbye. And there we are. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy your day. Ride safely. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, the gloves were fine. There we go. Money well spent.